first things first, before we head into the ice path, we're going to take Vance's phone number. And if you're wondering why Buena's team is playing well, when I went to delete a phone number to make room for this here, I went straight past the phone and onto the radio, and Buena's password was playing. So that's why Buena's team is playing well. It's not gonna play for long because we're now going to head into the ice path, and it's multiple ice puzzles, which I just love. Well, as I said in the gym, it's not that I hate them, it's just that I suck at them so much. Well, this one didn't even count as an ice puzzle because there were no obstacles in the way. But anyway, okay, there's nothing in there. So while I said I wouldn't talk about the Pokémon anymore, but there's still a question that's left to answer, and it's that, well, you know how Pokémon change their max stats when they evolve or change forms? Well, let's say, for example, you got a Pokémon with a max stat of 5 and it's currently maxed out. But when it evolves, the max stat goes down to 3. What happens? Does the stat go down to 3 as well, the stat you have? Or is everything reset to 0 and you have to feed the apricorns all over again? So now I'm going to switch leads because, well, Lapras has a bit better type coverage than Suicune for this place. So, okay, puzzle number 1. And, oh, I simply have no idea what I gotta do. And one thing I hate about those big puzzles is that you can't see them in one screen. You gotta go around just to see what's coming up. So, okay, now I clearly have... What? That's it? As I was about to say, I have no clue what I was doing, but whatever I was doing, well, it worked because I cleared that one really quick, a lot faster than in the gym. I didn't even need to go turbo for this one. Or maybe it's just that the gym just fought those several years of rust away, and now I'm a bit more adept at those things, though I guess that's not it. So, yeah, this one here, I think it's for the waterfall HM. So, oh, I can't believe I'm getting my ass kicked by such a small puzzle after clearing the big one, no problem. What do I gotta do now? I honestly... I know the answer is obvious, but I just can't figure it out. I suck at these. I think, is that it? Is that... Oh yeah, I got it. So here we go. HM07 Waterfall. So when I get to Blackthorn, I'm gonna get the move deleter to forget Surf on Psyduck and teach it Waterfall instead. So, okay, now how do I get out of here? There's gotta be a way out. But once again, it's worth mentioning that I'm completely inept. Oh, I see the solution now. So, yep, here we go. Puzzle number 2 down. So we're going to head down that ladder and see what's in there. Oh! You gotta push boulders down those holes. But have you seen those hallways? They're so small, you really gotta be careful when pushing those boulders, else you might just be pushing them into a corner or, well, a place where you can't push it back into the hole. So, yeah, it's really hit and miss, and I wouldn't be surprised if I had to start this over. Well, at least once you push one boulder down a hole, you don't have to do it all over again. So, let me think for this one, because I'm going to need to get my thinking cap on for this one. So, okay, I'm pushing this here, then all the way past here, and then I'm going to push it in that direction. Nope, that's not gonna work, and if I push it even further, I'm gonna push it into a corner, so I'm gonna take care of this one instead. So I think I got a fairly good idea of what I've got to do with that boulder. I'm going to have to push it up, then go around to push it back down, and then left into the hole, if I read this correctly. Stupid random battles, they're totally breaking the pace of these puzzles. And no, I'm not using repels, I need all the experience I can get. So I think I've read this correctly, so now I gotta get... Nope! Another random battle first, but I gotta push this down first, and not to the left first, else I'm gonna push it into a corner, and then there's gonna be no way back out for that boulder, so I'm gonna have to either fall into the hole and take the ladder up, or take the ladder up, which I came from, and then take it back down. So at least I've read this one correctly. This one's easier than the one that was a bit further down. So here we go. We got one boulder down into the hole. So this one here, I am going to push it back, almost all the way back to where it was in the first place. Okay, I'm gonna push it there, and one more square, then I'm gonna push it 2 tiles up, and after that, I'm gonna push it left, and then I'm going to push it back down. No! Oh man, that was terrible. Stupid bike. I didn't want to push it all the way there. I thought I was gonna stop before hitting the boulder, but I guess things didn't happen that way. So now I gotta take the ladder back up, which I guess is in one of the 4 corners, because the ladder that leads further into the cave is in the middle, and you gotta push all 4 boulders down here in order to be able to reach that ladder to begin with. So I guess I have no choice but to do this annoying puzzle. At least it was cleverly designed. It's actually one of the more challenging parts of the game. Okay, so this boulder here, I can't do anything about it right now because it's a one-way path. If I try to push it down, I'm just going to screw myself over for later on when I'm actually gonna need to push it down the hole that's further up. And if I do that, well, I'm gonna have to fall into the hole again and get back up, which I want to avoid. It's not gonna take that much longer, excluding the random battles, of course, but I still have my pride at stake. I already did one stupid move in this video. I don't want to make it double. So we're gonna do this over again. Gonna push it down, and then back up. And we're gonna push it almost all the way to the left. Then I'm heading down, and come on, one step. Here we go. Now we're talking. So down into the... No! Stupid random battles. And it's a goal back on top of that. So freaking common! Well, at least it's a goal bat and not a zoo bat, because, well, both are just as easy to kill as each other, but goal bats are worth a bit more experience, so I guess I should be thankful that I'm getting goal bats instead of zoo bats. So, boulder number 2 into hole number 2. That one's done. So here's the 3rd hole and the 3rd boulder. So I imagine the logical move would be to push it in this direction, because as I noticed, there is a small passage down here that I can use to push it further to the left. Whereas if I took the left at the beginning, well, I would have pushed it right into a corner no matter which path I took, and that would have been an impossible situation right there. So while, yes, left may have been a more appealing option right off the bat, but I knew when I got here that I just had to take the right path instead. So we're gonna continue pushing it, and it's ridiculous that I'm reduced to having to explain strength, block moving puzzles like that. Okay, so now the rest is just too easy. And boulder number 3's down. Okay, so now this was the boulder that we saw before that was really a one-way situation, as I said, and now we've come on the other side of that boulder. So I'm just going to kill that jelly bird here before it can throw any exploding presents at me, or maybe even heal me, but don't count on that happening too much. So, okay, this boulder, okay, which way do I go? I think it would be way better to take the left here. So I'm going to go all the way around this here, and I'm going to push it here, and then go to the left of the boulder, push it there, and then up